go to Start and then My Computer.
Okay, I'm writing My Computer.
And then what you're going to do is right-click on your external hard drive. You'll see all your drive letters there. C,
Okay.
D, E, etc. Right-click on whatever your external hard drive is and go to Format.
Format?
Yep. And you'll see an option. It'll come up with a window. You want to check the box that says Quick Format. And you'll hit
Click Format?
quick Format. Mm-hmm.
Oh, quick. Okay.
Unless you want to wait a couple
I'm
hours.
writing as fast as I can. Quick Format.
And then you hit the Format button at the bottom of that window.
And off you go.
And there you go. All done.
Hit Format button.
Yep. Yeah, that'll format it out, and formatting erases it and gets it ready for new data.
There you go.
Well, that's fine. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, no problem.
Excellent. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Give us a call again. 1-800-760-KFMB. 1-800-760-5362. Wow, so many things to talk about, and we've covered privacy a little bit.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking the camera phone and the way cameras are used on smartphones now, because Samsung had that big announcement for the new Galaxy S4s coming out, and that one watches your eyeballs and it can scroll the internet and look up and down. I mean, we're talking, and it can look for hand gestures and stuff. And right now it's kind of crude. Can you imagine your smartphone watching you all day?
What kind of hand gestures?
I know. It's amazing.
Oh, you think I'm number one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have the S3. I love it.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the S4. The problem
looks the
is,
same.
it's like it makes me want to get a new phone every year.
That's
or
what
less.
they want.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andrew, you used to get a phone every 2 months, it seemed
You
like.
carry two of them glued together now.
Pretty much. No, I mean, the S4, I don't know, it's cool. I'm not that excited about it. I don't know.
Well, it's another flavor of Android, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
it's-
Like Google's trying to flagship Android, make their own phones, but Samsung and other companies are making phones with better features. So remember, Google kind of makes a phone the way Intel would make a motherboard, right? It was kind of a reference design to show what's possible, but not necessarily all the bells and whistles. And companies like Samsung are just throwing every bell and whistle in that they possibly can.
Yeah. Well, because everybody's trying to capture the magic. Everybody's
Yeah.
trying to capture what the customers, what excites people.
They want to out iPhone the iPhone.
It's getting harder and harder to come up with something innovative. I mean, we have so much.
And the bar set pretty high.
It is set very high.
I mean, if you carry around something that was your entire computer just a few years ago in your pocket that does everything a computer from, let's say, 5 years ago did, that's an amazing leap forward.
It is. And, if you want to read more about the Galaxy S4, just Google it. There's a lot of articles out there on ZDNet or news.com. Or
Just
whatever.
came out. It's like a big deal on the interwebs.
Yes. And some people are saying, yawn, big deal. It's just another Android device. Some people are saying,
I just think it puts the pressure on Google, back on Google to add more features into the Android platform itself.
yeah. And kind of depends on what you want out of your phone. Some people want the best.
Yeah.
Some people want the cheapest.
And some people just want the newest.
Yeah. That used to be Andrew.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Hey, I still do.
Ah, yes. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take some more of your phone calls here on 760. everybody. 760 KFMB, and we are here each and every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And I am Larry Pyland. He is Ask Andrew, and that's So we've been talking about smartphones,
Yeah.
privacy, all kinds of things, work-related bandwidth issues, which occurs in just about every company. And Andrew, we touched a little on it. I don't want to beat this to death, but we touched a little bit how users start to take ownership of the computer on their desk and refer to it as their computer.
Well, the more you let people customize stuff, right, Andrew, then like the more unlocked a system is, the more someone will make it theirs.
Yeah, I had somebody complaining the other day. We have a thing that sets your homepage in Internet Explorer
Yeah.
to a certain web page.
Sure.
It's our SharePoint page.
That makes sense.
And somebody was complaining, I can't change it.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
You can add a shortcut to your desktop for something else.
I can't change the homepage on my computer. I just looked at it. Really? Your computer?
You see the receipt of it.
Well, that happens, and because of that, and that familiarity, and the more you let people customize, and the more you do that, the more danger there is
So there's
to your network.
Yeah, there's sort of two ways of approaching this. Some companies let you bring in your own stuff. You set it all the way you want. They will help you minimally, like connect to the VPN and that sort of thing. And you just use whatever makes you most productive. Those type of companies are more like design firms, creative, places where people have to be creative and have that freedom to do odd things on their computers. The other approach is let's make them as locked down and as just a little, single purpose workstation as possible so that people can't break them and we don't have to work on them very much. And you just sit there and this is the one you use for your tax stuff. And then if you want to do whatever processing, you go to that computer over there,
Let's do an informal poll here.
Okay.
We'll do it. We'll poll you guys, and then I would like to poll the audience, see if anybody will call. And if not, then,
Whatever we say is the truth.
that's right. You'll have to live with what we say because we will decide your future.
There you go.
And the phone number here, by the way, 1-800-760-KFMB, 1-800-760-5362. Okay, here's what I want to ask. In a company, in a work environment,
Uh-huh.
by making the computer totally open, customizable, let the employee do whatever they want to. Matt, you said something about whatever makes the employee, let the employee
Most
set it up,
productive.
makes it most productive.
Yeah.
I think, and this is me, that unfettered access to the internet, unmonitored, let the computer do whatever you want to, that employees are going to find all kinds of other things to do besides work. Well, they're going to get sucked in to the internet. One click leads to another, which leads to Facebook, which leads to Twitter, which leads to YouTube, and so on. Before you know it, work is interfering with their pleasure rather than the other way around.
But if you
Andrew,
go ahead.
what do you think?
I'm 100% with you because I can admit to it happening to me on occasion. Click one thing leads to another, and oh look, I'm not actually working anymore. But no, I think you're exactly right. I think that's a huge problem.
And, Matt?
I think y'all are trying to build a dam on a flowing river and it's just going to flow over because when you block stuff on a work computer, employees, you know what you see them doing? Staring at their phones.
But it's
They do the exact same thing. But
They
now,
do, but I think they do less of it because, frankly, the YouTube experience and some apps like Facebook aren't very satisfying on your phone. They're not very good. So if you had a choice between doing it on your phone and a nice 22-inch screen, I'd do it on the 22-inch screen.
well, sure. I mean, if you had the choice, but if you don't, and your only avenue is your phone, because the computer's all locked down, you stare at your phone all day and you're not even looking at your work
I
computer.
don't know if they're going to stare at it all day. It's a little like would I walk as far in bare feet on hot tar or if I had shoes? I would walk further if I had the shoes. If I had a nice computer with a big screen to do it on that was fast, I would probably play around longer because the experience is better. That's kind of what I'm
Part
saying.
of this is generational too, because a lot of people, I think, what they're doing now, the younger employees, they're doing Twitter, they're doing texting. That's perfectly fine on a phone.
Yep.
Or they'll roll in with their own tablet, right? And then what are you going to do? So
What you end up with is, and I hate to sound negative, is employees being more interested in social media
Yeah.
because it is really addicting.
well, sure.
Well,
And it comes at you all day long, right?
Yeah, and I think part of it kind of reminds me of the whole argument with working from home to a certain degree because it's like if the stuff is there, you're going to get distracted by it and maybe not be as productive.
It always sounds like there's a blender in the background every time I call.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's the same thing. Like if you're working from home, you have all these distractions. I mean, are you really
hours to figure out, you're more productive. So I think it also depends on what you're up to.
Yeah.
If you get uninterrupted time at home, that's
luck.
valuable.
Yeah, I knew a guy. In fact, we got to go take a break
Okay.
here. But I knew a guy who this company said you can work from home.
Mhm.
He tried it. He begged to come back to work
Right.
because he was being interrupted all day long. Kid stuff, wife stuff, people coming out the door. Dog barking. He was like,
Okay.
I can't do this. I have to go back to work.
If you can be alone and work from home, that's very helpful.
Good luck. Let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. More of Computer Talk here on 760 KFMB. Follow Sean Head.
Obama is now involved in the greatest heist. Plus, covering this week's Vatican conclave, gonna
Which runs this week including the New York Times bestselling book, The Big Book.
Oh, yes, 760 KFMB Computer Talk. Talking about computers, hardware, software, the internet, all things related and some things not. And we are going till 10 o'clock. I am Larry Pyland. He is. Ask Andrew, good morning. Morning. As well as the guy that's sneaks there. He is. That's it.
Ask Gator, is that leprechaun.com? What site is that? Is there some holiday this weekend? Some sort of thing where we're all Irish temporarily?
If it doesn't have to do with technology, I don't know about it. How would I know?
Oh, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We talked about Galaxy S4 coming. What's missing?
New features
So
coming.
far, kind of a little bit of a yawn, but I'll probably end up with it anyway.
Okay.
And then hand me down on my S3.
I was going to say, are you going to glue them together like Ask Andrew and have the dual-sided phone?
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that.
Well, if you're getting one, I think I need one.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Phone wars.
Well, I mean, I want to be able to put together a nice review.
Oh,
for it.
phone
Just
wars
nice on
happens all the
radio
time.
It does happen. Hey, let's go to the phones again with Urkel calling in from Baltimore. Urkel, what's going on? What's happening?
First day world champion Baltimore.
All right. World champion.
What's happening out there in Baltimore?
Okay, I've got a quick point to run by you guys.
Sure.
You're telling me that, people that have the attention span of goldfish are going to be able to not get on distractions at work and like, really get on the internet?
There's plenty of companies that block the internet altogether because they can, because their business doesn't require it. But last week we took a poll on how many people how's the internet changed your job? And I'm talking auto mechanics, all kinds of folks use the internet. So it's that double-edged sword. Yeah.
Now,
A lot of companies use internet for training purposes, too.
Okay.
that's true.
That's true.
And training purpose. I mean, totally legit business uses on the internet, big time. It's just, it's so pervasive and just so, I don't know, addicting that people, one click leads to the next. Before you know it, you're engrossed in something and you just stop working. Totally.
I learned how to make a potato gun on YouTube.
Actually, a funny story.
Yeah.
I was going to listen to you guys right away at 12 o'clock. Got distracted by YouTube.
We got preempted.
Yeah, by YouTube. Yeah, that happens. So,
Yeah.
I think maybe we could enhance the experience of the show by putting a video camera in here and streaming it.
All right.
What do you think, Andrew?
That'd be cool.
We could do that. Ustream or I don't know, some.
Can we put my news in like a coffee cup so it doesn't look so bad?
The problem is, how do we get bandwidth? Can we get a connection here at the station, or do we have to use one of our phones? Can we plug into the network here? We're gonna have to find out about that.
All right.
Because it'd be pretty easy to stick a camera over there in the corner and stream
Yeah.
the show. But you would have to wear pants, Andrew.
Right.
You would have to wear a shirt.
That's right.
And
Get my makeup done.
It's better for everyone to wear a shirt.
Good observation, Urkel. Thank you.
and then then we could do a webcam and see some of. We don't want to see our listeners, do we?
No. Well, I don't know. We might.
I don't know. I don't want to see Urkel. I'm sorry. Don't think I want
As long as everybody's had their coffee, I think we'll be good.
to. All right, man. Hey,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's pretty pretty.
You got it. Thanks for the call, Urkel. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Pretty funny. So, Big Jim in Oregon is
Yeah.
calling. Big Jim, what's up?
How's it going, Jim?
Desperate to put me on. I tell you, I would really appreciate listening to your comments earlier on in the show about computer use at work. You know, and I don't know what I'd probably go stir crazy if I didn't have one.
Yeah.
Well, some jobs.
We did have a comment about that. If I
Please.
Yeah, do it.
You're right. You're right in every respect. You have every right to expect it, to demand that the people who work for you do their jobs. And if their job doesn't entail using Facebook or whatever, then that's great. You're exactly right. But you know, in some areas of the world, in some jobs like mine, it's like I was telling Larry offline on Facebook. As a matter of fact, a minute ago, that my job is very laid back because I sit there waiting for something to happen a lot of times.
Hurry up and wait. Yeah.
Hurry up and wait. Now, not everybody does that. Now, at the university, the computers are restricted in some respects, but not a lot. But it's a lot more open atmosphere there. But I could see how, you know, my mechanic, you were talking earlier, Matt, about mechanics. I mean, I don't think he can fix a car without the internet.
Right.
He Googled stuff. He has there's big money being spent on huge databases of problems that other mechanics have found that are independent of the
So you can save
car
time.
manufacturers. That really makes a difference.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
But you know, the one point I was kind of slowly approaching here is that a lot of times, if you have people that sit at a desk all day long, it really isn't, in my opinion, all that bad to let them use like Facebook or Twitter or something like that. If they're responsible enough, you hire people who are responsible enough not to let it interfere with their work.
If.
And what it'll do is
big if.
they take apart. They'll end up with ownership, a little bit of ownership of that computer, and they're a lot less likely to abuse it.
Well, yeah, or you provide logs every now and then to let the managers know where people have been. Hey, here's what your department's been up to on the internet for the last month.
Sure.
You know, because that's eye-opening stuff sometimes.
Boy, you guys make me sound like such a Scrooge. I want to pay people and have them work. I don't know. I think
You are not a Scrooge, Larry. You've been one of the best employers in the city of San Diego for a million years. He's about that old, isn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'm almost that old.
Wait, you're older than him.
Oh, shut up. You're not helping me.
I know, because when I met Jim, he was trying to, pump me up on the abacus and the sundial.
I was going to say you whittled the computer into chassis, right?
Yeah, Larry, one more time, we could tell some stories. A lot of more kids.
Yeah. Well,
That's a good point, Jim, that people can go stir crazy, and if you have it like a fireman type job where there's a lot of downtime where you're waiting to respond,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
You know, Corey, my son works at Symantec, and I was asking him one day, I said, did they let you play Eve or WoW at work? He goes, oh, no, Dad, they locked that down or the nerds wouldn't get anything done.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Well,
games I
that's
get,
right.
I totally understand
I
that.
mean,
I just walked into the building and went to see it one day, and I said, Corey, the whole place is full of nerds. He goes, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
well, that is tough because, like I said, this is now a part of us.
Right.
Social media, staying connected, and it's kind of interesting because I thought 30 years ago this stuff didn't exist at all. 20 years ago it didn't exist. We did fill up our time. Were we more productive or less productive?
I think the same kind of water cooler stuff that used to happen back in the day happens now via tweets.
Absolutely. It was rolling around talking to other employees to see what's going on.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Well, that would only be if I unchained you from your desk.
Well,
the
if you had
angle
to work
version
for
of it.
Larry, it'd be the other way around.
Yeah, you guys are silly.
There'd be a bar across the door, and you wouldn't come out unless I allowed it.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't think Larry can find his way out of his office. I think he lives in there sometimes.
Larry's a good guy.
That's
Sometimes I
right.
do. So let's go to the phones, find out what Mark, let's keep Jim on. If we could do that, that'd be good. Thank you. Let's go to Mark in Oklahoma. Mark, what's going on?
Oh, not a lot. How y'all doing?
Good morning, Mark. I have property in Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. Whereabouts?
Panama.
Panama.
Panama. Poto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with the area a little bit. Hey, I had a couple, security questions. One of them, I guess, home printers become a little more sophisticated than they have in the past, and I've had such bad luck with printers that, I've also I'm printing my tax stuff, copying tax stuff, and then some just family pictures and stuff that goes out on me. And then I start thinking, is there any hard drive mechanism in there where any of that information is saved, any of those photocopies are saved, anything that's held in the, is there any memory drive?
Well, the ones that are all in one. The ones that copy and scan and print
Yeah.
generally do have some flash memory built in where you can reprint stuff. The ones that are just a printer, a lot of times do not.
It's a Pixma NX882 all-in-one.
Yeah, so that likely has a little bit of memory.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, you know, if you, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it so much. Like if you're looking at getting rid of one or something like that, I mean, it's not like it's going to save it forever. Like, I mean, if you printed something like, you know, 6 months ago or something like that, it's basically meant to hold like the last job printed, for example. So,
It's like, you know, warranty, and I was doing tax industrial, so that's what I was kind of concerned about. Not to be bringing it to you to get repaired or replaced.
Usually when you unplug them from the wall power, anything that was in the temporary memory is gone. It's only there so that when you scan something, it can hold it in resident in memory to make a print copy.
Okay.
So it's not a long-term storage like a computer hard drive would be.
Okay, and just one other thing on the discussion about the cell phone. A couple of weeks ago, you talked about selling the old smartphone stuff.
Yeah.
So for years and years, you know, there's been all this about don't sell your computer, take out the hard drive, everything's on there. Is a smartphone? I mean, wouldn't a smartphone hold the same?
Yes.
And you hand it out off to make $100 or something.
well, yeah, I mean, so there are ways to do that. I mean, it's going to be different for every phone, but it's pretty easy. I mean, if you Google it, factory reset, and then your phone model.
Everything now?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nuke it. They're designed to self-erase.
And if you have like, I mean, some phones have like a micro SD card or something for additional storage, just take that out.
Okay.
And they also, some of the phones that you buy nowadays have a theft program running on them, especially the Android phones. They will do just that.
Yeah.
If your phone gets stolen and you report it to the company, it will go out and
Self-erase.
completely they'll brick your phone. Is what they'll do.
It's really all gone.
Yeah.
They have another program that starts taking pictures of anyone looking at the phone so you can see who stole it.
Yeah, I saw one of those the other day.
Those are wild.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Give us a call again. We are going to take a break, guys. So let's do that. Ask
Okay.
Andrew, hang in there. You over there. There we go. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
In the next 10 minutes, the guarantee system contains a bomb. Busy with external gear, but it rings.
I wanted to tell you that if you're suffering from foot, leg, or back pain, you need to get into a good feet store. Day one, and once it's paid for, you get free.
That's right. I'm trying to get Andrew's attention, but he's got his head down.
And it's a smartphone.
He's texting on his smartphone. Really?
That's how it is these days.
Maybe. So
He does the show
are you
on smart.
goofing off at work? Yeah. Is that what's going on over there?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy, there goes your allowance.
Oh.
No, I understand the frustrations of trying to keep employees productive. I totally get it. And I'm one of those employees that will do anything to, skirt the rules, so I get that too. And, it's one of those things that you don't want to overly frustrate your employees because then they're not going to work with you. And I'll be honest, half of IT is social interaction and getting the users to understand how to use something or cooperate